And he would not be on this main stage if they didn't get this exact configuration of players. And this is their chance to prove why they did it here in their own arena. A historic opportunity. We're underway in game number 3.
CTF Forbidden, first of 3 flags, is going to take home this game. Have GenG got something to say in this series? They've kept it close. And they've kept it somewhat respectable in these games, but the difference makers have certainly been highlighted on the side of OpTic Gaming. It's RyaNoob who gets away with that first overshot, though.
3 dead. He's already getting absolutely pummeled with shots. And now going to get flooded. Wins the 1 and stays alive. However, there's more flood coming. Going to do his best to stay alive for his spawning teammates, but not going to be easy.
That's Legend, who's got the sniper rifle here for OpTic Gaming. Interesting to see what he can do. Looks like he's coming under a little bit of pressure in himself. He knows that there's a player above him. But if I know Legend,
which you do,
he's not going to be afraid to take this. Oh, and almost snaps, but a little bit of patience shown there by breaking shots and not show. Rewards him with that kill, but here's Formal. And there's the first headshot from his POV we'll see this weekend.
Formal through the Ivy, beautiful shot there. As you said, breaking shot just making himself look like a block of ancient stone. Doing well.
That's Ivy, that's Ivy, that is.
That is Ivy indeed. And still doing damage here. Formal with a 4-0 opening, looking for the killing spree.
And there it is! Oh, he lines it up, he knocks him down, and RyaNoob gets bodied as well. Formal, imperious. Standing tall, top center with his sniper rifle. Not good signs for GenG.
We talk about Formal choosing to assemble this roster, choosing to play with this roster. Head on a swivel, by the way, still 2 dead as that flag is underway. So much pressure then on this roster as a result. The damage he's output in the last 90 seconds of gameplay is unbelievable, as that flag will be continuing on the move.
Looks like that flag will be able to go home, and by the looks of things, there'll be more players challenging Formal. Finally going to be taken down, but not without doing enough damage for Legend to run that first flag home. Overshield is up top middle in now. 1 second, I was going to say. Breaking shot's going to grab it, and now there's an opportunity for GenG with this overshield, maybe to look for a counter.
Oh, it's a big trade that does come in from Bound, however, it's still 2 dead. They need to get this kill on Formal. That flag can have very large hitbox when you're trying to shoot around it. Breaking shot is going to start this run. Knows he has to maybe turn around and fight Formal here, but Formal being a nuisance.
So annoying! This is so annoying!
Unbelievable.
That survivability from Formal is why that flag isn't moving. You highlighted perfectly. Breaking shot knew he had to deal with Formal. So he has to start a step, he has to turn around, and Formal's just like, okay, kill me. Okay, kill me.
Formal just stays there.
Are you gonna kill me?
Yeah, but while Legend is the one that actually flies up main ramp off the respawn, beautifully done. That flag will go back home, and just when you think you have the flag away and you've done the hard work, they say no. Bound tries to come in, might even win this one against King Nick. 3rd person here. In the end, it will be traded out. 2 dead for each side.
Little gift left by Bound there with that sticky grenade. I'm sure it wouldn't have been received quite as well from the GenG member, but Legend now with a sniper rifle in his hand, not for the first time in this game. OpTic playing a little bit of defense at the moment. I think they want to keep eyes on that GenG sniper as well. They don't want to let that one get picked up uncontested.
Legend being very careful to stay alive here. And right now, probably has a little bit of a ring around the rosy with a breaking shot to win. That was just wild from a first-person point of view. 3 dead for GenG. King Nick was your last player alive. He had a slow start, but now he's actually positive. I believe he was 0-4, maybe even 0-5 at one point, now 7-6. So he has rallied back to apply the pressure.
That was an extraordinary zoom coming in from Legend.
That was a peek inside Legend's brain.
That really was. Renegade trying to hold off the double rat tunnel push actually coming in from GenG here. It's an unorthodox strategy, but good unorthodox when you're looking at teams the likes of RyaNoob on is something that we come to expect. But OpTic were ready for it. Still 1 up in this, 8 minutes left. Still time for GenG as the overshield pops now.
Great trade from Renegade there. When you're in the back of your base like that pin, if you can fly out and make sure you force that trade, that's going to just slow down the progress, especially on a map like this where it feels like you need every single piece of the puzzle together and for it to be a Wednesday and the weather to be perfect if you're going to be running a flag. So simply getting the trade in the back of the base is going to slow things down quite a bit. 3 dead.
Formal with a sniper in his hands. Last time we saw it on our screens, he was hitting heads, he was hitting bodies, he was hitting anything that was dressed in red. And as a cheeky little flagpole comes in now from Legend, Formal's going to have to hit some more. A couple of players have fallen from OpTic.
Oh my!
Manages to somehow turn it around on Common.
You can't give him that many chances.
I was going to say, you can't let him get away with that.
Yeah.
Because then he does this.
You can't give him 3 separate shots and opportunities to disengage, then re-engage. He's statistically, this man's going to hit those, and honestly, even with worse odds, he'd hit them. So you cannot give Formal chances like that to continue running the map. He's going to even pick up more kills, it looks like. Finally taken down, but it took a small army and several dynamos.
Yeah, the payload had to be completely used up to take down Formal there. Shot grenades, frag grenades.
Here we go, though.
But it's working.
2 dead.
2 dead, though. OpTic Gaming might be able to make a last-second stand here. There's somebody being a nuisance in the back of the base, and if I'm not mistaken, his name is Legend. King Nick is now under all sorts of pressure, and what was looking like a GenG opportunity to cap might be OpTic looking for a counter cap themselves.
King Nick has done so well to somehow stay alive
Phenomenal.
on the Mohawk. Just playing his angle so well. He had to guess a lot of that. A lot of that work was blind, but now he knows he needs to flush out this last kill on Legend. Is able to do so, but here comes Bound trying to fly in for the re.
Where are the respawners from GenG? That's the question. Someone's gonna go for the touch here. It's a big 1v1 win from Bound. It's 3 dead here for GenG, and he gets that return. It's a big play, and that flag is moving as well. It's actually been sent home, excuse me, on the OpTic side. So both flags back at home, and it's OpTic with the last-second stand. But you got to look at the feel for King Nick a little bit there. He did everything he could in that situation.
Yeah, he bought a lot of time for the squad. You have to wonder, should he maybe have tried to hug flag side sooner, gotten away from the Mohawk? It's easy for us in the caster booth to ask those questions. I think, as you said, he did all that he really could do to allow his spawning teammates to help apply pressure. But in the end, OpTic's pressure on the main ramp side, of course, was perfect. And we will stay here at 1-0. So GenG showing that they can not just get the flag off the stand, but get it back. They've now got 5:30 left to get something else going. King Nick picks up 2 in the feed.
If I'm not mistaken, Breaking Shot actually got the last overshield, but he was dealt with pretty handily by OpTic Gaming. So that Obi's not going to be too influential in the next few moments of gameplay. It's going to be more about the brute force and the plays that are coming in from Legend, who is behind enemy lines, winning his ones, and now trying to formulate a sneaky little flag route, but for some reason, RyaNoob's down in the rat tunnel.
Renegade tries to stay alive, but a classic battle, RyaNoob versus Renegade. And this time, RyaNoob will grab that snipe. Also has 1 thrust that's going to help him get out of dodge. Here comes the pressure. It was 2 dead for OpTic Gaming.
Nice shot from RyaNoob.
Wow.
Nice cleanup from RyaNoob as well. Doesn't let the damage go unrewarded. GenG now with a good setup on the map here. Good pressure. OpTic Gaming respawning right in the back of their flag in the dark hallways. Thrust isn't good enough to get him out of that situation. There's still pressure here inside the base. Bound with that kill might have just stoked the fires for a few seconds here and calm down those flames, and OpTic can now get a little bit of map control once more.
It's a really unlucky thrust from RyaNoob there. He tries to thrust out of the battle, completely disengage. Instead, he thrusts off of the pillar and hut, which keeps him in the sideline of Formal and really provides Formal with a pretty easy kill in the end to get them out of dodge.
Just over 4 minutes left in this game. OpTic still only the 1 flag on the board, which gives GenG a lot of hope that with 1 push, all the pieces falling in the way that they would want to, there's a chance to tie this game up. Overshield the next point again for both teams to fight for. OpTic look like they have top middle control. Bounce trying to find a couple of angles. Not quite the route he would have wanted to take. But sometimes
it works out.
It works out for you. But King Nick with a big win, a double kill for him.
Lots of melees coming in there. It's going to be 4 dead for a second, 3 dead for each side. It's a 1v1. Both flags actually being pulled. Very rare opportunity there to see both flags being pulled simultaneously by the only 2 players alive on the map. So a little bit of a standoff here and kind of non-traditional battles to fight each of those players out of the corresponding bases.
Oh my God, this is a messy fight, but Renegade will win it. He had a little bit of an advantage with that thrust that made the battle a little more difficult to predict for a Breaking Shot, but the win was the one that Renegade picked up. Flags are away from base at the moment, but not too far. You can see that Formal is looking for kills. He's looking to pressure GenG off the respawn. He's doing a great job of doing so.
Formal not afraid. Look at this, with no shield, just challenging to top mid and still dealing a whole lot. Even picks up the kill on Breaking Shot as well. We talked about Formal. There are levels to this man, and he is firing on all cylinders.
That flag is moving as well, and with the output of damage and GenG just being pressured in the back of their base off spawn, Formal damage converted into flag capped. It's Renegade who runs it home, but you have to say, it was all Formal, just pinning them back in the base.
You talk about things that you can't let him do. It's a play like that. He was no shield when he started challenging Breaking Shot from the Mohawk, and then he goes up to the hut to finish the kill essentially single-handedly from our point of view. And it's plays like that that will just blow games wide open.
Well, GenG looking to respond here, and it's King Nick who's in the Formal position that we saw a few moments ago, but the issue here for OpTic is its defensive stand for them this time around. RyaNoob's got a sniper rifle. King Nick is still pressurizing respawners, and now he's going to turn his attention to that flag. It's 2 dead for OpTic. And GenG, if they can get around this corner, and 3 dead now for OpTic,
Wow.
Renegade last alive, GenG should be able to put this one home and make this a dicey last 2 minutes for OpTic.
And they are going to have to put the pedal right back down once again. This flag should go based on the timing of the spawners. It will indeed. We're 2-1 here, less than 2 minutes left, and here comes Breaking Shot.
There's a double cap opportunity here because Breaking Shot has the overshield and OpTic haven't got up the map whatsoever. They're still trapped in the back of their base. Only one has fallen at the moment as they try to be obnoxious, and instead Breaking Shot says, you can stay there. I'm going to run this flag.
There's going to be OEs from the OpTic side. Flag going to come in low. We have another battle to fight top mid without a doubt. Here comes the overextension.
2 dead.
3 dead.
Breaking Shot last alive and now has to think about
how does he play
picking up
this?
some kills, defending that flag long enough for his team to get back on the map. But here's Legend, here's Formal, and they're bringing the flag straight towards him. Gonna get that return.
Double
Worry
read.
about the cap probably afterwards because they have that lead. And this could be the moment, if OpTic can clear out their base, that they can take home this series.
Not over just yet. There are 3 overextensions coming in here. Formal's now pinned by those and the
this
top
is
mid
dicey.
angle. This is not over yet here. 1 minute on the clock.
Whatever way this team fight goes, could be OpTic winning the game, winning the series, or it could be GenG countercapping and sending us to overtime. 2 dead for OpTic. They do get that return. Bound
and a
gets
6.
stuck on the knee. But it looks like OpTic have managed to just about clear out their base for now. They're still clearing out the final members, but OpTic, I think all the decisions they had to make there to win this game, they made correctly.
They did indeed. Now, with only 36 seconds left, it would have to be an unbelievable timing here on the push. It's coming in from the Lily side and the Hut side. We'll see if they can get the picks they need. They can still get a flagpole here.
Breaking Shot gets taken down, though. Formal stands tall in those 1v1s, which he was so vocal about. It's 4 dead for GenG. It's OpTic Gaming who will hold, and with 15 seconds left on the game clock, I don't think anyone from GenG will be able to get across the map in time to get that flag moving. OpTic Gaming should take this one home 3-0 in the series with a 2-1 here. Win here on Capture the Flag Forbidden.
Beautifully done once again here. The clock will strike 0. The green wall loves it in the building. And that means you've got OpTic Gaming with a 3-0 series win in their debut in 2025, not just at this event in their own building, but also for the season as well. And OpTic Gaming fans, they waited all day in this arena to see this series, and they're very happy with the end result. I believe it is once again a story of game management